Howdy, folks. Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing Homestead on the FTOG server, standing out here at the Fractured Canyon General Shop, and I moved some of my random enchanted or non-enchanted stuff over to here, and also blaze rods right above my head. There's something beyond there. Let's go see what's over here. Somebody put something else in here. Oh, this is Netherite. So for a coin. Oh, clearance. Yeah. So for a iron coin, you can get 16 of these nephrites. Probably you would want to do 2 at a time because that'll give you 32. That if you convert 4 to 1, that'll give you 8 of the blocks, and then you can chip them and or do 2 by 2 on those, and then combine that with some skulk, and now you can save XP. So yeah, that's a very good idea. I don't know who did this. I think it might be Bertel. He was doing a huge amount of these, and having a good XP storage, fantastic. All right, so blaze rods are in here. All this stuff got moved over because the shop is doing really well. Oh, there's some other stuff over here. Oh, hey, you want some flint? You want some potatoes? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay, so yeah, the flint is great because then you can sit there and turn that into gunpowder, which is fantastic. And so I definitely like that. And I like being able to just, I made a lot of stuff. I got a lot of blaze rods. I've got a bunch of these other things from the villager trading. The golems are giving me tons of iron. I'm happy to share this with the community here on the server because I don't want everybody to make the same villager farm, the same iron farm. There's no need. We've got the stuff here. It's available. You can use it. Speaking of using it, let's go home. Wee. And I'm going to run through the water and over to the nether because I did a little tweaking with the nether. I need to add some steps or some slabs to make this a little easier to go up. I made some changes to the nether in that I could move this up, but this is pretty darn fast to get on up here. I made a change up here because it was looking really bland, and so I went ahead and did some randomization up here. For one thing, I've got a nice little crimson trapdoor, got a little bit of the crimson wood here, and just set up, kind of random block. Some of the one of the mods changes the vanilla texture for the nether brick and has these other variants that happen, and that makes a nice little randomization. I also threw in some stuff like red nether bricks, and there's the connected textures, which I really like. Stairs and the shroom lights and red nether brick, just a bunch of different things down here for fun. Also, if people don't have nether wart, they can come into here and grab some. Just right click and harvest it, but don't take that away. Let it grow. And if you've got bone meal, you can just right click it with the bone meal and grow more. Normally you can't in vanilla, but you can here. Speaking of sluicing, I made a change to my sluicing. We look at the map. It goes over and over and over and over and over, and I don't know why it's broken through here, but this used to be where my sluicing was, but then I spent some time, went over here. This is right next to a nether fortress. So let's go there. And here we are. And what I have done, and it's hard to see, but there's a nether fortress right here, and I'm hoping that this chunk that I'm in is also counted as nether fortress. It's right on the edge of it. So I know as far as the vanilla rules, if you've got a hallway where it has the 2 by 2 hallway, and look at, there's one right here. This entire area is considered nether fortress, and that's typically where you would make a vanilla farm for wither skeletons because they could spawn in all of this area. I'm hoping that still works because looking at lava, looking at the sluicing, it says that there's a small percent chance of getting wither skeleton skulls. as well as the scrap. And it is working here because I've got some of this little bit of gold nuggets, but I haven't gotten either one of these yet in the hour that I've had this running. So did that. I didn't. I wanted to make this area very spawn proof, so that's why I went ahead and made all of this grass path. Well, dirt path. Uh, this because of the sign, because this is a dirt path. I can't put a sign on it because it's not a full block, which is kind of annoying. But this, I didn't want to have an grass path or dirt path underneath it. You put a torch and it'll change that to just regular dirt, which is annoying, and I don't want that. But so I'm hoping this will work. I don't know. I might have to move it over, probably put it below the regular section, so down like here instead of elsewhere. Oh, I see somebody pillared up here. that works. Other people have been here and oh, pig. So other people have been here and done some exploring, and I just mainly wanted someplace that was safe from spawns. I'm hoping that works. I don't really have a huge need for these wither skulls, but I'm curious to see how well this works. It's a tiny percentage, but it's better than nothing. Let's go back home. And so what else have I been doing here? Not a huge amount. I've been doing a huge amount of just random grinding of resources. Did a whole bunch of mining down below, left and right. Been expanding my XP Nephrite area because I've been finding some stuff, and so now I've got. Well, if we go down here, I'm whatever little more I find, I'll just kind of fill up this piece. It's this chunk here is filled from that layer down to here, pretty much the entire chunk. Plus a little bit going up above to pull the XP off of me. The only growth is here, and then I'm done. I'm done with doing more of that. I keep telling myself multiple times, I'm done with doing the XP, and then I find more nephrite. I go ahead and say, okay, fine, I'll expand it. But I think I'm done unless I find more nephrite. But yeah, the AFKing over there has worked really, really well. Got lots of resources. I guess I could make arrows and bones and rotten flesh available for free because I get lots of them. If people on the server want that, the bones for making bone meal would be very, very handy, and the uses for that. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Well, this area next to the fortress is a complete bust. For one thing, I got no skulls after about a day of sluicing in here, and because this is a crimson forest biome, there were no netherite scraps, so that's not very useful. So I yanked it all out of here, and I did set it up so this area is spawn proof, and people can come out here and retreat back. So this is access to a nether fortress. Do not break the sign because I got rid of a lot of the path back to here. Anyway, so yeah, you can nether fortress off that direction, and yeah, I did another over here. Was playing with Goat's Moat, and we found a structure in another nether fortress, and so I decided to set up a section here. It goes up and up and up and up, and then jogs over and up to there. So let's go. And eventually I'll get rid of that stairs because we don't need that, and I'll close this area off so it's safe. This, because it is a basalt delta, it is giving me netherite scrap, but in the 12 hours that this has been running, I'm trying to remember if I pulled any from out of here. I think I did. So maybe 8-10 of these scraps in that time. 0 skulls whatsoever, which is very, very annoying. And I was saying, well, maybe it's because I'm below the actual top of this netherite fortress. It should still count as a netherite fortress. So I took my old setup, and so I've got 2 of these sluicing setups, and this one here has produced not a single one of these scraps or skulls. So I'm looking at this and going, well, this isn't good. I'll probably tear all this one down, and that way people can come up here and tour around. And I was thinking maybe it needs to be in that ginormous fortress, but I'm going, nah, forget it. I'm just not going to be able to sluice any of these skulls, which is annoying. But at least there's two ways for people to access nether fortresses here in this area of the nether. Yeah, grass and frass and no good, dirty, rotten spit. Let's go home. I moved my home spot because of the Hades crystal, I'm not going to be on fire, so I don't need to land in water like that. So I'm back over here, and I do want to upgrade my armor. And one of the things that are in place for that, there's the Netherite iron helmet, gold helmet, emerald helmet, and diamond helmet, and they get harder and harder and better. And one of the things is if you have a full set of the Netherite iron, then phantoms don't bug you anymore. And I'm thinking, that's fantastic. I won't have to sleep ever again. If you have the Netherite gold, then piglins, because it's got that gold on it, they don't get mad at you. Or if you have the emerald, then the enderman, you can stare at them and that doesn't matter. But if you've got the diamond level, then you get all three. Well, that sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and take a look in here. I think this is all the bits I need to be able to do this. So I would need to sit there and take all four of my pieces. And unfortunately, I can't use my topaz. I'll actually have to use a netherite chest plate for that. But I need four of the smithing templates for my four pieces to make it iron level. And then I'll need to make four of the gold and four of the emerald and four of the diamond, which is what those templates, smithing templates do. However, to make let's take a look at the diamond one. To make this netherite diamond ingot, you need diamonds applied to an emerald ingot. And that needs emeralds on the gold, that needs gold on the iron. So as I understand, I'm going to need all of these. Let's find out. Let's go find a crafting table rather than pulling out of my inventory, because then I would have all sorts of problems. So as I understand it, I'm going to need 16 of these, or 4 sets of 4. So let's make these. 4 of them, ooh, 4 of them I'm going to need to upgrade my armor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do that right now, because I can. I brought this over here so I could do it. So put you in there, put you in there. Let's do a helmet. Oh, and it looks like the unbreakable is going to stick, which is good. All right, so that gives me one of those. That gives me one of these. Sadly, going to lose my topaz. But while this will have, I think, 10 armor and the other will have 9 armor, the rest of the other armor should make this better. I am going to have to get the unbreaking bits put back on here. Or unbreakable bits on that. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! No more phantoms. That's right. But I want to upgrade. So let's come over here, and I'm going to take this plus the gold, and that gives us 12 gold ingots. And so now I only want 4. 4 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. And so this will give me, and it still keeps the unbreaking. I keep looking at that and going, okay. I do need to enchant the chest piece. And I'm guessing there may be a quest achievement for, there we go. So now we can ignore piglins, but sadly the phantoms are still a problem. So let's put you in here and make the emerald bits. All right. And so now let's upgrade the armor. This is not nearly as complicated as I thought it was going to be, but still, it just takes a little planning and a decent amount of netherite to get to this point. So you can see why I've been letting my sluices sluice and do all the work for me, because I'm lazy. Who wants to do all the work manually? I have actually mined and gotten, I'm trying to remember, 12, 20 some different of the debris, but it's much easier to just let the sluices do the work for me. All right. That is the emerald. Okay. There's a lot of, to my eye right now. Oh, it's the enchanting shimmer on top that makes that kind of the bluish. All right. So there's the netherite diamond. There, that's the right color. There's green. There. Okay. Just that little bit of confusion. I was going, huh. All right. And so now, so now I should be able to, yeah, holding down the left shift. No Enderman, no piglins, no phantoms, no needing to sleep ever again. I like that idea, and I like not being able to see it too. Although it's kind of nice looking, but not as nice as my overalls. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, but this is annoying. The sluicing of lava in a nether fortress says it should give me wither skulls, and it doesn't. And I'm not going to spend any more time hunting around to see what is a nether fortress, what is not a nether fortress. The scrap is working, and the gold is working. Those I find very useful. Quiet blaze. Those I find very useful, but no wither skulls. And it bugs me. And it's been about 3 days real time since I set this up and the layer above and let them run, and no skulls whatsoever. Also, what's really annoying is the layer above, no netherite scrap, just here. So there's some weird stuff going on. I'll take the netherite scrap and the gold, because yay, gold. But just annoying. All right, let's kill that blaze that's up there, because he's just annoying. And if somebody else shows up here, oh yeah, I cleaned up the the ramp here. All right, where is that blaze? Where? Oh yeah, you moved over there, did you? All right, I'll ignore him. Anyway, actually, I didn't want to go there. I just wanted to go back home. Let's go home. But I haven't been completely busy. Well, no, let me say that again. I haven't been completely lazy. I have been doing some work. Now, this stuff here, I really like. I like the layout, including the piping out of fluids here. Fantastic. This is great. I love it. I think it's great. The problem with this is that if I want to do a whole bunch of, say I've ground some raw gold, and I've now got the crushed gold, and I want to wash it to get out the individual gold nuggets and to get some extra bits. Gold gives you, let's see, now I've got to go through memory, which is hazardous. Gold gives you nether quartz, iron gives you redstone, copper gives you clay, and I'm not sure about zinc and silver. I've done so little of them, I've not cared. But I don't want to sit here feeding this and picking up and feeding this and picking up, because I'm lazy. I want to sit there and do bulk stuff. So I decided to duplicate that section, because I want to be able to process things in about, I don't need it to be fast. I just want to be hands off. So here's the same setup. We got the cooking, the blasting, the washing, and the haunting here with these depots. But because I'm not having to cram a ton of other stuff in here, I can do a few other things that will make what I want to happen here. So, for example, I've got a diamond barrel here, and it's got a lot of copper nuggets in here and some clay balls appearing. Anything that shows up on these depots gets ported into this central diamond barrel. Let's go downstairs and take a quick gander and see what I mean. So we've got this shaft coming down to a water well, and it doesn't need much because they don't take much stress. However, what I've got here is my inventory connector from Tom's, and I put on here one of the inventory connectors rather than putting Tom's right up against it, because I didn't want it to see all the other depots. And then what I've got on here are these inventory hoppers from Tom's, and it's pulling the stuff down. But these guys, it's hard to, I guess there's no way to see. Well, here, let me see if I can right-click this. Yes, there's an item filter in here. And if I right-click it, it's sandstone and sand. I just grabbed them from here and dropped them in. If I have those, I don't want them to be picked up. Likewise for this, I put, and I won't pick it up because of all the other stuff that's up there, all the crushed ores, copper, silver, gold, whatnot, those are listed in there. That way I won't pick them up. So what happens here is I've got a hopper behind each of these and then a barrel above it. So I can do a barrel's worth of stuff. So here's a copper, the crushed copper, and it just converted into nuggets, and it'll make 9 of those nuggets. So it's a one-to-one, ingot sort of thing. But there's an occasional clay that happens. There's the clay. And so the hopper, and I wish we were faster, but it's okay. I can do this AFK, and I AFK a lot. This will just process through. How are you doing in there? Yeah, so it's slowly processing through the copper I've got, and as you can see, it's working. It is pushing that into here. Now, haunting wise, let's go ahead and grab some sandstone, and I'll toss that into the barrel, and the hopper inputs only one item, and then it looks like the depot kind of locks that, where it would be great if I had a different type of conduit, pipes from the pipes mod or stuff like that, where I could input something like maybe 16 at a time, with a little upgrade. Then it could, it takes longer for the washing and the haunting and whatnot to happen, but then you get more faster. It would be great. I would also love to be able to sit there and pull the stuff out of here faster instead of one at a time. But hey, again, it's just gonna AFK here, and I'm okay with that. So this one, put some clay in there, and this one, I'm gonna put beef in the smoker. So let's go downstairs and slap those in place. And then I can just let this run. So there's the smoker and there's the blaster. And the elevator's so cool. It's such a fun thing. All right, so I will put the beef in here and the clay in here. And it's just going to go ahead and process for me all of these. And is this the fastest? No. But is it hands off? Yes. That I like. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of hands off sort of work. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. I'm getting more steak because I only have one cooked steak left. So I'm sitting there converting over that. I do have the bacon sandwiches. Yum. And I will continue on with those. So some hit and miss in this episode. I really wish I could have gotten some wither skulls, and testing stuff and finding that it wasn't working was super, super annoying. But I got a very nicely working bulk processing setup there. Let's make sure I collect all of these. Yep, I do. Off into the inventory it goes. I also decided to make some lava. I don't use lots and lots and lots of lava, but I definitely want to do some. So I'm setting up this a 3x4 of 12 cauldrons. And the only reason why I did 12 was because I had 12 in my inventory from looted or wherever I grabbed them before. And so I put them down. The likelihood of me needing another cauldron is pretty low. If I do, I'll just make one. But create is great because with these fluid pipes, you can actually export the lava out of these cauldrons. So standard vanilla method, if you have a source block of lava above a block, above a dripstone, above a airspace, above a cauldron, that will slowly drip and fill up the cauldron with a bucket of lava. That's fantastic. It means lava is no longer a non-renewable source, and you don't have to tear apart the leather or the nether to get a whole bunch of lava. You can just generate it as necessary, which means if you want to vanilla cook a whole bunch of things, grab a bucket grab a thingy of lava, and that will smelt way over a stack of items out of a regular smelter. So, yay, vanilla stuff. So I have down here a single water wheel with the water pouring below, and that's turning this mechanical pump that is facing in. And so these slowly, because this is going slowly, but again, what do I care about speed? I AFK. And oh, hey, look, my tank, it's full with 160 buckets worth. And then I just ran the shaft over here, pulled up the thing. So I've got another mechanical pump coming out to a spout. So if I want to get me a bucket of lava, I just toss a bucket on here. There, bucket of lava. Although at this point, it's far easier for me to go and say, here, let me just put a bucket of lava and just pull it out of here. It's much, much easier. Anyway, that works, and this makes me happy. This is something that now I've got lava. So if I want to use this lava for something else, it's a resource I have a lot of. And what am I going to use the lava for right now? No idea. But it's a resource I've got. And I wish I could just right-click this tank with a bucket. That would be so great, but this works pretty easily. And yeah, this will just slowly generate lava for me. And let's go home here. And that over there, the bulk processing, that makes me very happy. Oh, that's the smoking. I was sitting there going, "What's all this white stuff?" Yeah, that's the beef actually cooking up. So yeah, that actually works. Fast? No. Do I need it to be fast? Well, that would be nice, but it's not required. It would just only be nice. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, getting some things done, getting blocked on other things, but enjoying it. Ooh, oh, something right there in my chest. I did a few things. The mining glove, that gives you haste 2. There's also the riot gauntlet, which gives you strength. And if you make the empty agglomeration, yeah, that's a lot of the gleaming powder to make that, but you can combine the two. So I've got the glove and the riot gauntlet here. And I also had the Hades crystal, which means no fire damage, and the mossy necklace, which gives regeneration 2 when I'm in the light. Well, I've got them here in the necklace, and that's why you can see that on my chest piece, the Hades crystal and the necklace. Although I haven't seen the necklace actually produce regen 2. When I come in here and I look at it, it's still just regen. But that's okay. It looks cool. Anyway, this is Big Rock the DuckFarmer here, playing Homestead on the FTOG server, and mixed bag. Some good, some bad, but getting a few things done. And thanks for watching.